everyone, this is Cat Dangerous, and today we are going to cover one of the Doom Tower bosses. You can see here that we are in hard mode Doom Tower, and we're going to look at the Magma Dragon today. So this is the team that I am using for Magma Dragon. I'll quickly click on the boss guide here and highlight a few things for you. The A1 or basic skill of this boss is going to target the enemy who has a hex debuff. So we're going to play to that and make sure that we have the hex debuff on the person we want to have it. It also indicates under Stoke the Flames here that when she does her AoE ability, she'll be laying out some HP burns, but she will be placing the hex debuff on the enemy with the lowest HP, and it will stay on for 4 turns. It cannot be resisted or blocked, so don't bother to bring resist here for this. You can manipulate who's going to get it by understanding that the lowest HP champ is going to get that, but this is important. Lethal lava. Let's see. Yes, instantly places hex for 4 turns on an enemy when they remove the hex debuff from themselves or an ally. So I'm going to bring in Mithrala. Oh, by the way, don't bring HP burns because those turn into continuous heals or hots on the boss. So that's a final tip there. I'm going to bring Mithrala. She doesn't have the highest HP or the lowest HP on this team, I don't think. I want to say it might be Rathalos, but we could take a look at that later. But I'm going to use her to cleanse it and take it on purpose because my team comp, although it does need some nice cleanses from Mithrala, it has 2 revivers in it. I have my Uko lead revive, all team revive, and then I have my Rector Drath revive. My Vogoth here is slow. He can place provoke, which they say will stop the Magma Dragon from using its other skills. That can be handy, but mine's very slow, so there won't be too many opportunities for Vogoth to provoke. So I'm really just using him to absorb some of the AoE hits that this boss does and provide passive healing. Again, through the AoEs, and people will be dying, but my goal is to make sure that if Rector dies, that Uko picks her back up, and if Uko dies, that Rector picks Uko back up so Uko can pick up everyone else, and to maybe try to keep the hex on Mithrala as much as we can. I will point out though that I am auto-battling this, and there's no programming here. There's no team setup, as you can see. I just put these folks in here. So I've done this a bunch of times, and it seems to auto battle really well, and hopefully we'll get that accomplished for you today. So again, the goal is to, I'm just going to auto battle it, but if you're playing it manually and you're having some troubles, and I may jump in here if I feel like I'm going to get into a little bit of trouble, just go ahead and have Mithrala cleanse the hex off whoever has it, as well as cleanse those HP burn debuffs off, and see how that works for you. She'll get the hex, and then she'll probably die to the dragon in hard mode floor 100, but you have 2 revivers who can pop her back up. So let's see this go. So Rathalos is in here to do some damage for me, and with hex on the floor, which comes from Mithrala, we're going to mow these guys down. It looks like Vogoth did use his AoE provoke, so he must have gotten a turn. Sometimes I clear waves without him getting a turn, just because mine is very slow. So I'm just letting the AI here pick which mobs I'm attacking. Choose the skills. Hopefully Mithrala won't fix that, but if she does, it's not the end of the world. We're not in any trouble here. So you can see all those petrifications were coming from mobs that had hex that were attacking my team. Frozen petrification, which is Mithrala's skill set. So here the dragon comes out and throws some HP burn and the hex, which landed on Rathalos. So yes, he was my lowest HP champ in this group, which probably won't surprise too many people. All of the other 4 champs can So I'm just hoping that Uko will stay alive. Hopefully won't get the next hex, but if so, I guess Mithrala can come back around and cleanse it. So Uko might go down here, but Rector was just came back up. Yes, Uko did go down, so hopefully she will use her revive here. She chose to heal everyone up, so revive might be on cooldown right now. And there's Uko. He's back. So, you see this team continue to make its way through here. I don't have a lot of great healing except what comes from Vogoth's passive when he takes damage. It heals up the whole team by, I think it's 50% of the damage he receives, something like that. And then, of course, Rector Wrath can put a hot out on the field too. We'll see it here in a moment. I do have her, I think, protected set, if I recall. At least a few pieces, so some of the buffs. Yes, you can see there's some protected veils out in the field. Sometimes her hots that come out are also protected. So I think there's an attack down on the field, which probably came from Rector Drath. We don't have her in much accuracy. You see Uko put some buff block and the accuracy down, which doesn't help in this fight at all. The HP burns, I think, can't be resisted. The hex can't be resisted. The leech up there helps my guys heal, especially Rathalos. That comes from Rathalos' passive. And the poisons are coming from the Thrall. I have a smite up now, the 4th buff across there, and that is coming from the brimstone blessing that I have with Thrall. It's a fun blessing for her. And Go's just still doing his thing there, not helping us at all, but he's having fun throwing potions out on the floor. So let's see where the next hexes go. I guess we'll go to Rathalos again. Maybe we'll go. So Mithril is providing a bunch of really great buffs on my team to just strengthen the shields, the defense up, and the attack up helps Rathalos. Don't have anyone else in here who does any damage. Mithrala does a little, I guess, but she's a defense champ, so the attack up doesn't help her. Alright, so we got Uko, got the Hex again, as well as the HP burn. But it didn't matter. So you can see that team in action. We had a couple brief moments at the beginning when we looked like we were in a little bit of trouble when Uko went down, but Rector Drath just picked him back up. So I thought that worked pretty well. I like that team. When I first started playing Magma Dragon up here on hard mode floor 100, it was a little bit daunting, but just bring 2 revivers, and preferably, again, because the affinity here is red, preferably don't bring magic affinity revivers. You need some revivers who can take the heat. Mine were both force affinity, which is matching. Obviously, force affinity and void are fine, but the best would be your spirit affinity revivers. But the 2 that I have worked great. They got the job done. And I guess I could show you the builds really quickly. So let's see. I've shown Mithrala's build in one of my other videos, but you can see here I just focused on accuracy for her, which is the same as focusing on resist, because you get 2 stats for the price of 1 under her passive with the accuracy. So her accuracy is about 512 and her resist is over 600. And then I do have that brimstone blessing on her there, and she's booked except for the A1, so I did give her some stuff, masteries and books. Who else do we have? We have Rathalos. My Rathalos is not super exciting, but he does have his books, and he's in a Slayer set. I just tried to give him some damage stats for an attacker. I think I'm going to redo my Rector Drath build, but here I have her in a 6-piece protected set. Not much accuracy at all, some defense, but I was trying to lean in on health and resistance, and her RS skill is a resist and doom tower, so there are places where I try to resist things, and having her in some resistance I thought was a good move. And she's has some speed there. Let's see, who else did I have? I did Mithrala. Did I show my Uko? Okay, so I've shown my Uko in one of the other videos. We have some perception sets here, and I tried to build him a little bit tanky, but I didn't succeed. But he has some accuracy and some speed. Those are the stats I focused on: accuracy, speed, and a little bit of survivability. Um, let's see. Oh, and my Vogoth. I'm not sure I've shown my Vogoth before, but he is slow. He is a slow boy. But his health's okay. I'm running him at 80 health, and I tried to pick up accuracy where I could, so he's just shy of 300 accuracy. And then I did want him to have some defense. I kind of like his defense to be a little bit lower. I know most people say aim for at least 3,000, and I am just sitting just shy of 3,000 here. But if you read his skills, this video is not really about Vogoth, but I always thought this was interesting, so I guess I'll cover it here. When this champion's attacked, he heals all allies by 50% of the damage he receives. And then he only heals 25% of the damage from boss attacks. This champion only receives half of the heal other allies receive. So, defense, as we know, will mitigate incoming damage. And this healer heals based on the damage coming in. So you want him to stay alive, of course, but I leaned in on health, and I may add even more health and take off some defense because the goal is to keep him up, but at the same time have really big heals coming in. So defense works a little bit against us when you use Vogoth. So just a note there that I think that's an interesting mechanic, and I think I might go against some common advice out there to get his defense up over 3,000. I might shave mine down maybe closer to 2,000 and maybe pick up another 10 or 20k health if I can make that trade. I think it's probably a good trade if you're trying to improve the efficacy of his heals. All right, that's it for the video today. Hopefully that will help some people beat the Magma Dragon in whichever stage you're doing it at. But that's the highest level Magma Dragon. So if you can do it here, you can beat all the others. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.